everyone. So welcome back. Last session, you all arrived at the swamplands of Barovia. Um, swamplands surrounding the ruined town that had once stood there. Um, you got a little bit of information about the place as you arrived from a Martikov associate, a cousin of the Martikovs who had been scouting out the location. She claimed that one of the gems that could provide the winery and the farms around it with the ability to produce wine again was rumored to be in these swamps somewhere, namely at the hovel of one Baba Lysaga. You also picked up a rather strange new traveling companion. He approached out of the mists as you were all observing the swampland, and in sorry, my brain just completely phased out for a second. But after Lee joined you all entered into the swamp and made a beeline directly for Baba Lysaga's hut, hoping to ambush the hag and defeat her, get her out of the way before she could really put up much of a defense. Unfortunately, she was not the only thing to contend with, and her house quickly joined the fray alongside her. But you all were able to destroy the house and Baba Lysaga before they were able to do too much harm to all of you. Nobody died, luckily. And afterwards, searching through Baba Lysaga's hut, you all came across a veritable trove of items and other such treasures within that the hag had been hoarding. So that is where we pick up today. You all are still at the hag hut, or the remains of it, I should say. And what y'all want to do?
Rest.
We did take a short rest, right?
Yeah, just before we ended last week, we did.
And this is about midday that we did this.
Right. That is, in fact, correct.
Is this skull still floating?
No. Unfortunately, as soon as Baba Lysaga perished, it would have crashed down and become an inanimate object once again.
And unfortunately, we can't use it, to our own advantage. Just shove the gem back in there and just write it around,
I mean, we could try.
I don't know if I wanted that. I would like to try too, but I don't want it backfiring on us. Like, just in case.
Sorry, say that again.
Oh, sorry. Was I not using my normal voice? We were talking about literally shoving the gun, the gem back into the house and maybe riding around in such said house.
Start to kill us,
What, am I not supposed to sound Barovian all the time? Like, sometimes, I fuck up and I just don't sound like me,
No, I was not just what you said. I didn't hear it.
Oh.
No, that wasn't a criticism.
Veronis just can't hear, apparently. The curse is getting to him more and more.
Veronis was slightly distracted, as he's prone to be. His lens is really cool.
Oh, yeah!
He's holding the thing up to his eye.
Are you getting distracted by your new little toy over there, Veronis?
Maybe. I don't know about you, but I don't know anything about piloting a house, so...
I mean, it sounds fun.
I wouldn't want you to turn it the wrong way and kick us by mistake with this.
I mean, I assume you would be in there, too. Like, I wouldn't want you to get, drop-kicked in the face by a house.
Man, this art is so cool.
James RPG art. He is very good.
After you told me, I'm actually patron supporter now.
He's good.
He is awesome.
The Mardikovs want this stone anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably got something to do with the wine that we inevitably fucked up, and
I don't know. I don't fully trust them. I don't think the stone. Would they go this far for wine?
I mean, maybe not in this land anymore after what happened. Maybe in other domains.
So what you're saying is we sell it.
I think that's what I heard her say.
I mean, we can always tell them that, you know what, instead of, trying to make wine here, we can make wine elsewhere. I mean, I'm not trying to sell it because, we already messed up their entire livelihood in this domain, so we may as well offer them to maybe improve other domains. I don't know.
Well, I think the payment is that they help us in the fight against Strahd. I thought that was the point.
Well,
Yeah, but they're just a bunch of, regulars.
They're were-ravens.
did you not know there were ravens?
They just got here.
Right. Lee's been hanging out in this
Right,
swamp
right.
for the past week.
Well, yeah, that does bring up a good point. Lee, I'm sorry, are you a boy or a girl? I'm not sure how it works with bugs.
I'm like looking myself. I'm like, wait, what am I? I haven't been really told. I'm just gonna go with him for now. Seems like the safe option until I can confirm later on. I'll show you. We'll figure this out together.
It's more indecisive than most people, but we'll go with it.
What was the question?
Ooh, what was the question? Oh, yes. You helped us kill the witch. Good job.
How does crocodile meat taste?
Chewy.
Okay.
Very chewy.
Do insects chew? Do you have teeth?
I'm like, because throughout the entire conversation, I've opened my mouth until just now, and then when I open the mouth, it's like you just smell like it just smells like just the worst kind of bile.
Ugh.
Well, at any rate, our hope was to kill this vampiric master of the realm and find a way out. Are you amenable to this arrangement?
Sure, I need to get out, right? Everyone needs to get out. I do. I mean, this guy here he's like the top guy here, right?
I mean, yes.
All right, so I got a few questions for him for myself. I gotta ask him a few things.
He's a millennia-old undead wizard with the backing of some mysterious god.
So I'm pretty sure he has the answers to the questions I have. Specifically, how the fuck do I get past 30 without dying?
Wait, your people only last till 30?
Yep. I had my midlife crisis at 15. It was not fun.
Wow, I'm already
But
like
a scooter-
2/3 into the lifespan of your people. That's kind of crazy.
So, gotta find something here to expand that, I would love to see 60.
Well, sure.
See, as you see, like a bit of a scale, like kind of like a bit of the exoskeleton kind of like just like fall off his like leg. That happens.
How old are you now?
25, almost dead. Got 5 more years before I'm just mush.
You don't seem particularly decrepit. Is it like an off switch for your people? Do you just turn 30 and fall over?
It's more like you know how in one of those graphs it goes up, 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 and then it just goes down. Yeah, I'm almost at I'm almost at the top part. So I'm basically at my peak right now. Then we just die.
We are going to pilfer this village for whatever magical artifacts are left, and then go to an ancient temple protected by what we've been told is an entire host of evil spirits and creatures.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
The best way to spend my golden years. The stone that I pulled out of the house, how it's palm size or how big is it?
It fits into your palm, yeah.
I want to try something if you guys don't mind. I'm gonna look for like twig and straw. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like easily available in this area, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make like a little twig person and kind of like, you know, like I'm gonna use the sphere as like a, or the gem as like, you know, like to like hold it together, but I'm gonna make like, you know, the arms, the legs, and the head wrapping around the wrapping around the gem.
Okay.
Does
So
it
you're gonna make like a
looks like
you're gonna make like a doll with its centered
kind
around.
of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask, you there, you know, small guy, you're good with this kind of stuff, right? You help me make a little twig doll really quickly.
Sure. Do you have the supplies needed? It doesn't
Sounds
just take twigs. We need something to wrap them with.
I could carve you something if you want me to.
good. Sure, whatever works. I just want to test something out to see if this actually will animate this thing.
Okay. I'll help you build it. I'm sure Veronis also would help us.
So if I carved like a couple little doll parts and have Bolivar put it together in his puppet fashion, I guess we could sit down and try that.
Yeah.
Take like a couple. But this house is mostly dead, so I'll carve a couple pieces of wood off of its legs.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and get. Let's go ahead and get a skill check using whatever tools Bolivar and Veronis are using.
What do I roll in woodcarver's tools?
Just roll your wood carvers and add your proficiency if you are in fact proficient. We can do dexterity.
Sorry, bear
Okay.
with me. I'm reloading Roll20. It's unresponsive. I wonder if it's my internet again.
Damn, you rolled 20.
It's just like spinning. Let me connect to my other network. Sorry. Am I still connected?
It shows you connected on the Roll20 screen.
Okay. I was hoping I didn't lose the audio. Okay. Yeah, Roll20 loaded back up. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
Yep.
Let's see the tools. I'm not proficient in any tools, just disguise kit and pan flute, but
Okay.
I'll use my knowledge from a past life.
Okay.
So I can add a D6 to my roll.
Okay. Sounds good.
Try
Okay, so
animate
right-
dead and see what happens.
Yeah, that was my next my next move. So just a regular D20 then, and then
yeah.
add D6.
Add D6. Yep.
here in the wind. God,
Ooh,
it's...
beautiful.
Oh God! I butchered the thing.
Okay. So the doll is created. It looks a little haphazard, little ramshackly put together. But once the gem is fitted neatly inside of it, it does begin to glow for just a brief moment, and the head of the little doll turns towards you all. And what kind of face did you give it? Did you give it a face?
I guess it would have just been like a little mannequin-esque face.
Okay. So the head would turn and then continue to turn until it did a full 360, stopping to look at each of you for a brief moment. And who's holding it right now?
Bugman.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm holding it, yeah.
So it would stop its complete 360 exorcist head turn and look at you, Lee, and then you would see its little mannequin mouth open for a minute, and it would just say murder, and then the gem goes dark.
What the hell was that?
What was that sound?
Huh. Well, that was fun. Alright, Bolivar, you want this?
I already have a doll, thank you. I feel like this one... Did you not see it look at me? I feel like it was judging me.
It's got 6 arms like you, Lee.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this.
I am not gonna ask for it. Yeah, you know what? I didn't want the doll. I'm gonna go search for something. I'll be there right back. You guys have fun. I'm gonna see if I can try and find a human skull again. Because goddamn. I will announce 10 again. I'm getting closer. And I'm just gonna come back.
So, what are you looking for a human skull again for, Aurelia?
My feature for the, I mean, I have candles. I just keep wanting to get, for this, what was it? It's not called Spirit Session. Is it called Spiritual Focus, where I get an additional d6 of damage or healing,
Okay.
depending on the spell I, use.
Got it.
Oh?
Okay. So, sorry, what would we have you roll the d10 for again?
High or low if I find a human skull somewhere in the swamp.
And what were the odds that we set up?
I have to call out 10 or 1.
Okay, got it. You got a 1 in 10 chance of finding a random human skull in the swamp. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that you all are at the central location of the swamp, I can tell you that you can get a much better view of your surroundings and what's around you here. So let's go ahead and put you all on the Perez map. And Aurelia, there is a cemetery pretty close by. A churchyard that has a cemetery in the back. That is one point of interest. There's also a set of homes, ruined homes to the north and to the south, and a rather large manor to the south as well. The ruins of it, I should say. So if you're looking for skeletons and skulls and whatnot, then the cemetery would certainly be a good place. We would say you'd be guaranteed to find one there if you dug around a bit.
Okay.
Has anyone seen Muriel, by the way?
Wait. Oh yeah, that, the cousin, right?
Mm-hmm. Nobody's seen her since you left the
where did they
monoliths.
We might let her know that the town is clear.
Yeah, I mean, we could. There's still a few spots I think she pointed out.
Yeah,
I'm not much of a map person, so you're gonna have to remember where the items were, but I think it was like 3 locations she told us.
Yeah, let's loot before they end up coming over here and then looting themselves.
So you want to go to the graveyard then?
Look,
You have my vote.
Yeah. I'm looking for a dug up human skull. Don't ask why.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out for, zombies.
All right, everyone. So, could somebody please roll me a D10 as you move from Baba Lysaga's formerly creeping hut to the churchyard?
I'll take my 7.
Okay. All right. So, are you all prepared to move then from the hut to the churchyard?
If for sure that we've cleared out the hut.
Was there anything on that bus? Did we loot her? We looted the place. I don't know if we looted her.
I think she turned to ash, didn't she?
I can tell you that you all have taken everything of value from Baba Lysaga and her hut. Looks like we went over that pretty thoroughly before the end of the session last week.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, I'm going over everything. You have it all.
Alright, let's go get some more stuff then.
Yep.
To the graveyard. To the graveyard.
We've been clumping through the swamp a little bit. Are we in ankle deep water all the time? Is it waist high for piranhas?
There are some paths between the structures, still somewhat manageable. If you were to trudge through the swamps directly, as in like a straight line path, you would be the average size person would probably be up to their knees in it. So the shorter of you would probably be up to your waists. But there are paths that you can take that are relatively dry.
Okay. I would try to take a dry path.
Okay. Okay.
Because, this is the part of the movie where people start disappearing underneath the water and...
Oh yeah, by nothing, too harmful, they disappear.
Let's get a marching order, please.
Uh-oh.
That's always fun.
I would guess them first, because I probably saw the graveyard, but...
Okay.
I'll go second just because I'm excited to go to the graveyard and get another puppet.
I'll walk behind Lee because they're new and I don't trust them.
All right.
I'm still messing with the doll, trying to figure out why is it off.
Why is it off? All right. Bolivar, what's your HP at? I'm certain it's more than 4 currently. Sure.
I'm at 44. I mean, 41 out of 44. I spent 5 hit dice out of my 7.
There we go. Gotcha. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get everyone's passive perceptions, please.
11.
11.
13.
12.
We don't have Sam's nose anymore.
Nope.
Oh no. Okay.
But if I need to recall something through religious purposes, I'm your guy.
Same.
Wait a minute. That's weird. I wonder why it shows a 2. It should be 11. I don't know why it's saying 12.
Oh my god.
That's weird.
1d20 plus 2, eh?
Indeed. So, who had the 13?
Me?
Lee, as you all are traveling along here, you pass by quite a bit of large shrubs and brush and other swamp-like detritus and whatnot, but you notice something strange as you all are passing through. As you move along these safe quote-unquote safe pathways, you see in front of you a pair of vines creeping along the ground, slowly enough that they're trying to go unnoticed, but quickly enough that it looks like they're about to cut off Varanus and go for his ankles. What do you do?
Okay, really quickly, because the whole way Lee talks is just all telepathy, just really loud in all of you guys' heads. It's just, there's vines! Vines, you're attacking!
What?
Immediate shock.
The what?
Excuse me?
What are you saying?
You said it was towards
It was going directly for Varanus' ankles. So as Tekeli Lee shouts all that out, you actually did it telepathically. So whatever is doing this is not aware that you've warned its prey. So how do all of you react? Varanus, as he shouts that, if you looked around, you would see several vines creeping out of a nearby bush and reaching towards you.
I would try to scramble on top of Carlotta.
Nice. Okay, so with that, as soon as Varanus begins to scramble, a bush nearby just erupts with twisting and writhing vines and begins to lurch forward. It kind of just almost like tumble rolls off of whatever mound of mud it was on and begins dragging itself towards you all. And
It's another
we
house.
are going
But this
to
one
roll
belongs to a
initiative.
hippie.
Another house! Oh shit, let's go!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, the spellcasters.
This thing looks like I think for Final Fantasy. Never mind. This is not gonna think for Final Fantasy.
I think it somehow skipped Varanus already?
You have to sort first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fantastic. So Varanus, as this thing just rolls out of the brush and begins lurching towards you all, what do you do?
Okay, so as I said, I scramble up, get on Carlotta's shoulders here, and speak a string of just raw expletives that you don't usually hear from Varanus, because this is a very surprising thing for him. And I guess I'll just react in the way I usually do and shoot it.
Okay, oof. Unfortunately, that is...
No, I'm gonna do it. Use my social inspiration.
Okay.
This thing scared me. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice. Okay, so 20
Screw
points
point
right
monster.
away. Fantastic.
And the string cranks back and I fire again. Missing.
Yes, in fact, missing.
And do I have a bonus action? I could try to protect. I'm gonna put Sanctuary on Aurelia for
Right,
bonus
nice.
action.
Alright.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Right, Aurelia, you're up.
I guess with that, I'm gonna cast Mirror Image on myself, and without trying to provoke any more bushes, I'm going to step over here and then end my turn.
Okay. Okay. So, the thing lurches forward. Appears to be some sort of grotesque mass. Some sort of grotesque mass of petals and skulls, reeks of rotting corpses. Leaves and green tentacles seem to bind orange and yellow bulbs to the viscera and bone being consumed actively by this plant. Tentacles extend from the grotesque bouquet's underside, creeping towards you all as it begins to distend, and that lower portion of it just begins to kind of bloat out, and it ejects several corpses from its main bulk.
Whoa.
Yes. I mean, what?
That's really cool.
I mean, what?
Not good for us, but cool.
Actually, it's actually really good for me. That means I get to heal.
Blech. All right. The zombies act immediately after its turn, and they are going to begin swinging away. Bolivar, 19 zombie hit.
That hits.
7 bludgeoning. Lee. It's only a 7 for Lee.
No.
Brings us to Bolivar.
19 too high. 19.
All right.
So that
ooh, this
description was
guy's
from
really-
Describe, if anyone wants to check that out too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Describe has some really good stuff.
I'm gonna move around so I don't take an attack of opportunity. I'm still engaged with the zombie there, and I'm gonna stay away, foul thing. I'm going to use. I'm gonna upcast inflict wounds to level 4. How can I ensure that I hit? Let's see about
Swing hard.
Roll well.
Roll up. You know what? Instead, what I'll do is I'm gonna cast Greater Invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And then we'll upcast to a level 3 later. And then now that I'm invisible, I will move. Yeah. That's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, Títere. I don't think Títere died last combat, but he's not here. So I think I'll bring him in. He's gonna help Bugman.
Okay. Bugman.
Yeah,
All right. Lee, you are up.
All right. This zombie is gonna get a booming blade to the face.
With advantage.
Nice. Good hit.
Alright, 6 lightning, 2 plus 2 slashing for the dueling, 10 thunder, 6 slashing. I have the Rite of the Storm still on this short sword. I did not take the short list.
Right. Okay. Runus.
I'm sorry, wait, I wasn't.
Oh, no, go ahead.
That was on the zombie.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just like, the zombie ate that?
No, the zombie got dead by that.
Oh, but they get a They get a.
They do, in fact. I believe that damage was pretty high, though, so... Let me...
It's 22 plus whatever.
Is it the amount of the damage?
I think it's.
Yep,
it's-
DC 5 plus the damage taken. It cannot succeed. It dies.
All right.
And because of my right focus of the Undying, I regain a D6 hit point for killing something. Sad.
One's better than nothing.
And then as a bonus action, because of Mystic Frenzy, I can swing again.
Oh my god, now I can't unsee this mount thing as a thing without googly eyes. God damn it.
11 hit on the zombie.
11 does hit the zombie.
Alright. 6 lightning, 4 lightning, 2 slashing, and then 6 piercing. That should be slashing, not piercing.
Alright. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright, Veronis.
Alright. I'm gonna... I am gonna get off of Carlotta. Move over here. And... Wow, Okay. And I'm gonna take more shots. Sad.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, those are both going to miss. The
But
bolt's
I am
just
gonna
getting
have-
buried in its viney mass.
Carlotta stomp in, crush up the zombie corpse, and take a swing at the zombie.
All right. 15 hits. 4, okay.
That'll be your turn.
Aurelia.
I'm gonna cast. So I keep second short here. I'm gonna cast Bane on the shambling mound and the zombie. So, charisma saving throw of 14.
Hey. Its charisma saving throw result is an 11.
Alright, so for each attack roll and saving throw, it takes a d4 off its roll.
Okay,
and I'll,
okay.
Take one more step back and end my turn.
All right. Okay, so the thing begins to gurgle as you hear something happening within it. It's unclear as to what, but another corpse comes sliding out of it. And then the tentacles burst out and begin swinging around Bolivar. One of them goes directly for you. Even though you are invisible, it seems to be able to laser focus in on you. And it also wraps up Carlotta and Lee. So...
Can Carlotta use her reaction to give a disadvantage?
Yes. On which attack?
At-
It is attacking Carlotta, Lee, and Bolivar.
Go for Bolivar.
Okay. Disadvantage is an 8 for Bolivar.
That misses.
Right. It then goes for Carlotta. It is only a 9 to hit Carlotta, and then finally Lee, it is only a 10 to hit you. Wow, these are some low rolls. Okay. But
We like
as that next body slides out, a terrible stench begins to exude from this thing. At the beginning of everybody's turns, if you are within 10 feet of this thing, you will need to make a Constitution saving throw. So, Bolivar, con save, please.
Okay. Let's try that.
Does the zombie get a turn?
Oh, yep, zombies. Thank you.
Bolivar doesn't breathe, isn't that correct?
That's true. I do not
Let me
breathe. Thank
see.
you. for the
So there
reminder.
are some stipulations on this. Creatures that are immune to poison damage, or if the poison condition automatically succeeds. Okay, so creatures that are immune to poison. It doesn't say anything about having to breathe, but it is a stench. So, yeah, if you don't have to breathe, I don't think you'd
because
be
it's
affected
still
by it.
like Cloud Kill says, even if a creature doesn't breathe, they get affected by Cloud Kill, but it specifically says that.
Right.
Cool. Well, I'll take it.
All right. Bolivar zombie is going to try to punch you in the face, though. That is a crit. Oh, shit.
Well, he has disadvantage because I'm invisible.
It is not a crit. It is instead of 16.
-4 as well from Bane.
Minus 4.
Ooh,
It
That's
is
gonna
a
miss.
12. All
that
right.
misses. Thank you for Bane. That's awesome.
I got
I don't
you.
have to waste a spell slot.
All right.
All right, this guy is gonna pay the price for that. I will upcast. Inflict wounds. And
Nice.
it's gonna be a 3rd level.
Ooh.
I'll use my sessional inspiration.
Okay.
Oh no, I have advantage. Never mind.
22
'cause I'm
hits.
invisible.
Yep.
So
30
27
points of
necrotic.
necrotic.
27.
No 3 more from higher level cast?
Yeah.
No, that just says the level.
Oh, okay. So it's inflict 27.
No, that's damage.
There-
It has another. There's another
Oh, is
D10
it?
there. Yeah, that's damage.
Oh,
okay,
that's
never
bizarre.
mind.
That's
Your
weird.
upcast didn't do much, unfortunately, but it did add 3.
Yeah. On the regular 8, 9, 10, and on the upcast 2 and 1. Wow.
Oh, I see. I rolled a bunch of ones. God,
Yeah,
that's
It's
horrible.
unfortunate.
Well, still, that's pretty damn good. 27. All right, I will now move. So we're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we'll stay there.
Tentacle opportunity attack is a 14.
Invisible.
He can see you.
Bane still.
Okay.
tremor sense, probably.
Yeah.
14 to hit.
Does not
Bane.
hit.
Okay,
It still doesn't hit.
awesome.
He has a gem of
Oh,
saving.
Because of mage armor.
Nice.
I should still have mage armor. Oh no, we took a short rest. I didn't. Oh, so that.
It
Mage
still
armor's 8
drops.
hours.
It still drops down to 10.
Oh, it is 8 hours. You're right. Okay, yeah. So it's that misses. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Lee.
That's my turn. And help action
Oh, okay.
for he'll fly here. Help action for bug. Take it easy.
Con save, you said?
Con save.
Lee's bad at these. 13.
That is unfortunately a fail. Lee, you are incapacitated until the end of your turn.
Oh, fun. So that's my turn, I guess. Can't really do anything, can I?
All you can do is move. You could run away.
Actions. Can't take actions or reactions, but I could take bonus actions.
I believe the bonus action falls
Yep,
into the
yeah,
actions
yeah,
category.
Probably, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna flank here for Carlotta.
Okay.
And just kind of chill, I guess.
Hey, Veronis. You are out of range of the stench.
Yep. And I don't breathe either,
Oh.
as a side note.
Okay.
Because I'm a damn here, and I'm shooting the plant.
Can I choose to hold my breath? Alright.
I mean,
Nice.
Nice. Almost nice.
Reroll that
Ooh.
one. Have we
What's that?
discussed that for this game yet? New rule entering into effect that I'm sure no one is going to have any problems with, but we'll double check. If you crit, you re-roll any one that you roll in your damage rolls.
I'm okay with
Hooray.
Anybody have any objection to that?
No, I'm fine with that.
No, that's pretty good.
Okay.
that. No objections to more damage.
Say no to weak crits. All right. Okay, so 23 points it takes.
And I'll keep it going.
That is going to miss.
And Carlotta is going to try to smack the zombie again.
All right, 19's a good hit. 7. Down it goes. It has to make a saving throw of 13. It is down.
Huzzah. Smash it into corpse starch. That's my turn. I guess I'll just scuttle off into this bush. That's my turn.
Aurelia.
I am going to take 2 steps to the left. I guess I'm gonna have Sanctuary drop, and I'm going to cast Mind Sliver. Yeah, I'll cast Mind Sliver on the Shambling Mound.
Does I'm sorry, I always forget which ones have intelligence requisites. Does Mind Sliver have an intelligence requisite? Okay. It is not very smart. It actually rolled pretty damn well, but still only managed to get a 10.
Yep. Now I'm bumping it up to minus 2d4 in its next saving throw.
Okay.
I think on top of Bane too, so that's gonna be my turn.
All right. Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
Oh, I don't see you. Can you move your token a bit for me? There you go. Okay, thank you.
You're good. I'm gonna end my turn there though.
Okay. All right. Brings us to the thing, and you all hear that gurgling, bubbling sound inside of it again. Except for this time, instead of a zombie tumbling out of it, you begin to see some strange, like, gases, almost as if it was digesting something inside of it. And it regains 12 hit points.
Oh, Okay, this seems pretty cool.
It then lashes out again with its vines. First at Carlotta. Wow. A nat 1 on that attack. Then at Lee.
Impose disadvantage. Carlotta. Go.
14 to hit Lee.
And Bane applies to every attack for up to
Yeah.
a minute.
All right. And then it is just going to kind of lurch over and send the tentacle Bolivar's way.
Okay.
Nat 1. Wow.
You
I
missed.
have no words for this. Okay. Zombies. Zombie, I should say. 11 to hit Carlotta. Wow. I am not rolling for shit today. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Bolivar, you're up.
Okay. Let's try this again. We'll go with level 1. I'll move up. Inflict wounds. I'll use my free cast
Okay.
of it. So just go. Ah, garbage. Damage. 18 a hit.
18 hits.
9 necrotic.
Right.
And I will, well, it's getting attacks of opportunity. I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And we'll have Tita to help the bug again. Where did Veronis go?
Yeah,
Oh, I see
he's
him
off to
now.
the
I
right,
see him.
yeah.
He's on the right. Okay. All right, that's my turn.
He's like slowly leaving the fucking fight.
Lee.
Con save. Con save.
Con save. 16 is a success.
All right, bully blade. 21.
21 hits.
Okay.
Right.
Six lightning, and then yeah, all that stuff. A lot of stuff here.
21 damage.
And then bonus action, short sword. 18.
18. Another 9. Okay, okay. This thing's starting to look pretty rough.
And is there a way to flank this thing? You need 3 people to flank this thing, don't we?
No, you can get right across from it here.
Oh, so I'll just loop around.
There would be a flank for, yeah, the large creatures, I'm pretty lenient on where you can flank from, as long as you can draw a straight line to your friend. So that's fine.
Okay.
That would be better. That would be better, but I'll allow that.
That's fine.
There you go. Okay. Veronis.
Do we have any fire?
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
One of these extra hands kind of goes up.
Yeah, we really don't have any fire.
I have fire.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but the Scream Flame Blade doesn't do that much damage.
Well, I don't have any fire at any rate, so I'm going to keep aiming for center mass. Use my other sessional inspiration.
Wow. Oh no.
Beef in these rolls. Okay, and who am I? Steel Defender Carlotta will try to tear off a few vines herself.
That hits. Okay, okay.
That's the show.
Aurelia.
Alright. I am going to turn you into, you know, a pile of flowers and bones, I guess. Vicious mockery on it.
It does fail.
Alright. 6 damage and disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
that's gonna be my turn.
All right. That bubbling, acidic sound begins to rise from it again. Gains 6 hit points. Then begins lashing out with its vines. Bolivar, 15 to hit.
15 does not hit. 16 is the number needed.
Okay, lead is a 19 for you.
Wow, that just hits.
11 bludgeoning. And I need a con save from you.
11.
You do fail the con save, taking an additional 14 in poison.
Hmm.
He's dead.
Zombie attacks Carlotta. That is a 14 to hit Carlotta.
Yeah. What's this?
Bolivar.
All right, I will use my final 3rd level slot instead of. Oh, it's almost dead. Should I kill it or should I heal you? Take the lead.
I can heal him.
You can heal him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and kill it. So we're gonna use inflict wounds, 3rd level.
Yep.
Damn!
So 21 hit,
Okay.
41 damage, necrotic.
It begins to wither and shrink in on itself just before it begins to distend and bloat and rumble and gurgle from within. I need Lee, Bolivar, and Carlotta to make dexterity saving throws as this thing explodes, spewing acidic bile everywhere. Hey!
Uh-oh.
That's what they can do.
Dex.
Dex.
Okay.
Oh, what the terrible damage. Okay. Carlotta takes 4 acid. Bolivar and Lee each take 2 acid.
Okay.
Bolivar is less?
Bolivar succeeded.
I succeeded. I just take half.
Carlotta took 4. Lee and Bolivar take 2.
Oh, you're saying for this you're talking about my concentration.
No, because it says the force.
Yeah,
is
still-
less, that's
still.
why. No, just out of curiosity, just like what's going on.
It exploded.
Yeah, so I lose concentration on the invisibility.
Okay. Okay.
In that he gets covered in acid and he's no longer invisible.
Right? Very thematic. I love it.
Zombie still up?
Zombie is still up.
Yes. I need hit points. I need to kill something.
You're up, Lee.
Run and kill this thing.
15 hits.
He is so passionate. I love
11,
it.
14. 14 does not take it down, unfortunately.
Bonus action.
Ha! 11 hits.
Viking 16 hits.
Okay, so 13. It has to make a DC 18 con save.
I
But
swear.
technically did it go down to 0?
It did.
Okay, so I heal regardless of that.
Okay. It does die, though.
Okay, so I get a D6 back. Dude, what is happening? That's the second one from. Whatever.
Fine.
As Lee is like frantically looking for another zombie to kill.
No, you'll be fine here. Come here, I'll heal you. There you go.
Oh, you mean like that? As he puts the sword away.
Yeah, what did you think I was going to do? Like smack
Not-
you in the face and heal you or something?
Nothing. Things are different. Let's go.
Here, I'll do it. I'll smack him in the face and heal him. I
Why
thought
you going in the marshland when there's a clear path here to go to the graveyards?
My magic's not working.
Wait, what? Your magic's not working?
Keep clicking on it, it's not doing anything.
Do you need to fix your crossbow or something, Veronis? Like, is
see
that
what
what you're?
There we go.
Sharpshooter
and
heal.
time sharpshooter.
So it's what? It's one of those like those boxing glove arrows.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
To the cemetery.
Right. Now let's hope we don't dig up some sort of zombie while we're here at the graveyard.
Yeah, can I reanimate one of the dead zombies that we just killed?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I used my last third level slot. Never mind. Not gonna happen.
I mean, were any of those zombies human?
They were regular looking zombies, right?
Yeah, they were humanoid.
Really? Didn't you say you needed a human skull? Or we just can't tell what these were?
Well, he has a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could harvest a skull from one of these. It's not exactly in great condition, but you could.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? I guess I'll, I believe I have a dagger in my pack. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking out the dagger I've never used in the campaign and then slicing the, human skull off the neck and then using that.
Okay.
You just have to clean it really good.
I mean, that I can probably do. I mean, it's gonna take me a few casts, but, you know.
A great taxidermist.
See, I picked up a few tricks, watch, and I'm gonna use prestidigitation to start cleaning the skull.
Nice.
See, like I said, it's probably gonna take a few tries. We can still walk to the graveyard. I assume Bolivar wants to get a puppet, so.
Well, I can't unless we take a long rest.
Oh.
Because I'm out of third level spell slots, unfortunately.
Well, let's talk about that for a moment, because we can explore the abbey over there, but are we planning to stick around and dig up yucky, swampy graves?
I mean, I was thinking about going to the other spots to see if there's treasure. I don't think the graveyard was the treasure place. But
I mean, you have a point. It might be.
I mean, as long as, we're going somewhere where the treasure is, I'm fine.
Well, let's take it slow. We'll probably end up resting here for the evening one way or the other.
I always get access to the tiny hut when we need to go to bed, so.
We're going to make sure we don't get attacked by any more horrible monsters.
Right.
In this region, would I? No, I'm new to this place, so I probably wouldn't know of any other monsters that would probably be around this area.
Alright, so what do y'all want to do? You are near the graveyard currently. It's a church and a graveyard. That is where you're near, but let's go ahead and put you here, and you probably made it to about there before being stopped.
We can also check out the manor. Maybe there's a place to stay in there tonight.
Yeah.
I think that might be our best bet.
I mean, do we want to go there first, and maybe if it gets too dark, we can wait for the graveyard in the morning?
Oh, but aren't graveyards fun at night?
If you if you call dying fun, sure.
Depends on how dead you are. I do think we should check out the manor first. Carefully, slowly, knowing our luck, there's probably an ancient horror or some lich or something that lives there.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm just like looking at you guys like, how are you nonchalant about that?
Oh no, if you've seen the things we've seen, you would be so nonchalant as well.
Well, we did fight a house.
You just learn to expect these sorts of things.
Oh yeah.
And when you're wrong, it's a pleasant surprise.
Okay. So making
mean-
your way over to the manor. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I think so.
All right. All right. Okay. So, as you all approach towards the southern end of the village, you come across the remains of a mansion built on slightly higher ground than the rest of the surrounding area. It has been reduced to piles of stone and rotting timber. Empty arched windows stare at you all. Just south of the ruin, an untamed garden runs rampant. This garden is surrounded by broken walls that are no longer able to contain the vegetation within. Just east of the ruin, someone has erected a crude wooden fence forming a circular yard. It looks like there may have recently been some goats strung up there. You can see it looks like a walking pen of some sort. Surrounding the fence posts are several stakes with human skulls in them.
So this is just in the sort of fenced-in area, or this is it outside the manor generally? These human skulls.
They're outside the fenced-in area. They're kind of like stuck on the posts of the fenced-in area.
Seems like they're trying to tell us that humans aren't allowed here.
Aurelia, you needn't have bothered anyway.
Well, you know what? I did come for for what I wanted. So hey, we'll take it.
So, is there a roof left?
Not really.
So there's like a stairs leading up to a door or non-existent door?
There are no floors left. It's pretty much collapsed to ruin. There's no ceiling. It's just some walls. There might be some overhangs that you could take shelter under, but aside from that, there's really nothing really left of a quote unquote house aside from foundations.
Well, stick close. Is there like a... So there are walls left. Like, what's the... Is there like a tall section of wall nearby?
Yeah, I would say there's some taller sections left.
Could I walk up the side of it and kind of look over the ruins?
Yeah, yeah. Um, the ruins are littered with rotted furniture, other such decor. Appears to be a rotted out mansion with stone foundations left over.
Anything that looks moving?
You do not see any motion.
Well, I don't see anything alive, so guess let's pick over the place and see what we can find.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
So do you all enter the ruins proper?
Sure, I do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're all poking around, it looks abandoned. Obviously, there doesn't appear to have been any disturbance in quite a very long time. As you are walking around, though, so what are you all doing inside? Are you searching? Are you moving amongst the rooms? What are you all doing once you're inside the walls area? There's really not much left, but there are definitely some, I would say, rooms, but it's more just like higher walls blocking view between certain places. So I guess my question is, how thoroughly are you all searching?
Um, I would probably not be that thorough. I would just kind of follow around whoever is being a little bit more thorough with the investigation.
Okay. Anyone that wants to really
Yeah.
make a go of searching through the ruins can make an investigation check.
I'll take a good look through the structural areas, but I won't go back in the garden or in the skull pen yet.
Okay.
Just
You know
looking
what,
for anything
I'll,
shiny. But like not really looking, just see if anything catches my eye.
I'll investigate. Why not?
All right. So as you're all kind of poking around, there's not really too much going on here. Although, Bolivar, as you're kind of looking around, you enter into a room with, again, rotted out remains of furniture and paintings piled on the floor and whatnot. But once you enter into this room, a ghost begins to take shape in front of you, assuming the form of a giant of a man. His features are mutilated, and his entrails hang out from his midsection like frayed ropes. He doesn't stand before you as much as he hovers just a few inches off the ground. Despite its intimidating presence, the apparition has a bit of a cringing light in its eyes. It kind of looks towards you sorrowfully and says, "Why do you invade my home? Be gone, I beseech you."
We do not wish to invade, but we have a purpose, and unfortunately, that purpose has brought us here. We must do what we're doing.
So,
Does he
yep,
seem,
but
does he seem responsive when I talk to him?
he does. Um, so what exactly? So you tell him that you need to be here. So he would tell you that there's nothing here for you. Nothing remains here. Nothing but him.
Hmm. And who might you be? Why do you remain? What purpose do you have that has left you in this world?
Punishment.
Strahd.
Among others.
Others. Others.
He
The
kind of
abbot?
turns. He shakes his head. No recognition on his face when you mention the abbot.
Hmm.
He tells you all that he was once the burgomaster of this place.
I'm gonna go to the group and say, a spirit remains here. Punishment. They say there's nothing else. I don't see why they would have a reason to lie to us.
Where's the spirit?
He's in a room around the corner. Bolivar could show you. He's not leaving the room. He kind of just stays in there.
Was this spirit aggressive?
No, it seemed solemn.
Maybe. maybe we can convince it to tell us where the goods are in the town, and maybe he'll tell us something.
I mean, we don't have to loot here. I mean, as long as he tells us where the loot is, like, we can just
Right.
move on.
It
town
said
could be
there is no
somewhere.
loot. It is only it.
Well, somebody's lying.
Oh, I don't want to get into a fight if we can avoid it. Maybe this new item of mine can help us see if there's anything left without disturbing him.
Did he say nothing left in the building or nothing left in town?
That is a good question, Tickety. It could just be talking about that room, but it wasn't specific and I didn't ask.
No,
So,
get specific.
okay. I'll bring out the Gem of True Sight.
Okay.
I'll speak the command word, and I just kind of want to, like, I'll stand sort of near where the entrance would be, and I'll just kind of scan through the whole building.
Okay. Yeah, there's no invisible doors, no hidden passages, no secret doors, anything like that around.
No traces of. Does it detect magic? Does True Sight detect magic? Can't remember now.
True Sight doesn't let you see through walls or any solid surfaces or anything like that. It lets you see anything that's invisible, anything that's traveling on other planes, things like that. Like if something was traveling through the ethereal, you'd be able to see it.
If I look over the skull pen, do I see anything?
No.
Check around us. Is anything watching us?
So I assume the lens picks up the Burgomeister. No other spirits or.
Correct. So True Sight. Let me go ahead and double check True Sight real quick.
No, I've never really used True Sight in a campaign.
So True Sight.
He is smart enough.
A monster with True Sight can, out to a specific range, see in normal and magical darkness, see invisible creatures and objects, automatically detect visual illusions, and succeeds on saving throws against them. Perceives original form of a shape changer or creature that is transformed by magic. Furthermore, can see into the ethereal plane. So yeah, you just see things as they are. It doesn't allow you to see through things or see things that aren't really there or anything like that.
I guess I'll ask Veronis, have you guys been spied on by the Strahd guy?
Oh yes, constantly.
He hates us.
Okay, I think Lee
He
would
takes
know
joy
enough.
in torturing us.
The scry spell, does it, when someone scries, like, is there a physical thing watching?
I believe you can notice somebody scrying on you if you succeed on the saving throw, so there'd be something that you could tangibly recognize.
Okay.
Anything with True Sight can also see scries.
Nice.
Okay, so at this moment, he's not watching us.
So as you're all debating and talking over this, the ghost would pass through a wall nearby and present itself to all of you. And it repeats. It says, "Why are you in my home? I have nothing left to take. Be gone with you."
Oh, we're paranormal experts. We kind of know things about the paranormal.
So I wish not to know more of my fate. I understand that I deserve what I have for me now, and that is all that I need to understand.
Now, what if we help you get out of your little situation here?
There is no situation. I do not wish for freedom. I don't deserve freedom. Just leave me in peace.
We seek tools to destroy Strahd. If you have anything you can offer. We don't mean to impose, but we are, you might say, desperate.
A little desperate, yeah.
You would say Travel west. 200 paces from the mansion lies a monument to my folly and the treasure you seek.
Yeah, alright. That's easy enough then.
That does sound fair, yes. Shall we then? I'm kind of tired of putting down restless ghosts.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
No.
So I guess we head back out and I can see it on the map. As we look over the swamp, do we see this little monument?
You see something vaguely monument-ish through the fog. Can't really make it out too well though.
200 paces west, shall we?
Let's go.
Steady pace, any more horrible corpse plants,
Wait, but is
dragons.
it your pace or my pace? Whose pace is it?
Do you want to lead the way?
Oh, I don't.
Okay, then it's...
I'll go. I'll go. You don't need to fight about who's leading on. I'll go.
Alright. So, hidden by the fog and elevated a few feet above the surrounding marsh, you all come up to a raised plot of land as you make your way over there. Barely 10 feet on a side, but it is enclosed by a disintegrating iron fence. The center of the plot is a life-sized stone monument carved in the likeness of a kneeling peasant girl clutching a rose. Although her features are gray and weather-worn, she bears a striking resemblance to Petra Elenovich. Carved into the monument's base is an epitaph. The epitaph reads as follows: Marina, taken by the mists.
I believe the mists have a name in this instance.
With that, you hear a voice behind you. The burgomaster has followed you here, creeping up from behind, and he says, No. Strahd did not take this poor girl, we did.
Why? To keep her from Strahd?
He nods, and he tells you all that this peasant girl, who is clearly a reincarnation of Tatiana, she was born to this village a long, long time ago. Very long ago. And when Strahd discovered her, became obsessed with her, began visiting her, the people that lived here did not understand and blamed the young girl, then going by the name Marina, for the presence of this beast in their village, and so they burned her at the stake as a witch. Strahd, in his rage, came here, saw what they had done, cast a terrible curse on this place, sinking the once prosperous village into the muck and damning its residents to live as undead creatures here.
What undead creatures are you aware of in this swamp?
He takes a deep sigh as the croaking frogs and chirping crickets fall silent and the stench of decay grows even stronger. He says, You shall meet them shortly. You hear the trudge of heavy footsteps through the mud and water as bloated gray shapes begin to stumble out of the fog towards you all.
Armor, I got this.
Damn it.
We're going to take our break. All right, everybody, so we are back. You have made your way to the monument to Marina, yet another incarnation of Tatiana, who you all have just learned wasn't killed by Strahd, but was instead killed by frightened villagers of this place. Those same villagers, now doomed to suffer eternally as undead creatures, now lurch towards you out of the swamp, out of the fog. And we are going to roll initiative. Awesome. Okay. Lee, what do you do?
Well, I think I still have. I think I still have Red of the Frozen on the crossbow. Just double checking though. Well, I do. Alright. Crossbow's out. Just have to take pop shots at the front. This one right here.
Okay.
14's a hit.
14 hits. All right.
3 gold.
So, Lee, as your crossbow bolts crashes into this thing's midsection, the bloated, distended corpse splits open at its midsection, and out pours dozens and dozens of snakes and other serpents.
Hey, yo, what?
would this be considered bringing a hostile creature down to 0?
Yes, it is.
D6.
We're having.
And hold up, this is OP if I can do this again. Alright, second shot. Let's go over here.
21 hits.
5 cold, 9 piercing. Is it every time I kill something? Let me double check that.
Or is it once per turn? Yeah, it's a good thing to check.
Whenever you reduce a hostile creature to 0 HP, you regain it 1d6.
Okay, so mobs are your best friend.
It seems that way. Wow. The Undying Patron is really good. Okay. But that's all I can do.
Okay.
So, that is my turn.
So, the shambling zombies continue to march towards you all. Their slow pace keeping them from reaching you, but they do march towards you. Snakes that live within them, however, have no such movement quarrels as they slide into the swampy water, and the two here rush towards Lee. Alright. Lee, the first swarm of snakes rushes up towards you. You can feel little bits and bites all over your legs and ankles, but none of them seem to be able to pierce through your chitinous armor yet. The second swarm, that is 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It is 1 piercing, but
Go on.
but check this real quick. Okay, I need you to make a con save.
Oh, jeez.
You take 14 poison.
Okay. So that snake takes 10 cold from the armor of Agathis.
Nice. Okay, Varonis.
42.
poses kind of a problem. Yeah, I don't have much, but here we go. Snakes. I guess I'll take a shot at the snakes.
Okay.
To the north of Lee.
Got it. Is that a 13? 13 just misses. That is a hit. 17. Good stuff. Okay. Your bolt crashes through a couple snakes, but there's still a lot more in there.
I'll crawl out, move up, and start smashing.
12 does not hit.
I guess I'll step back here on dry land, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, Aurelia.
I'm gonna cast Bane at 3rd level. I am going to target 3 zombies, so 1, 2, 3, and then both swarms of snakes.
Okay.
I can get within Bane.
DC 14?
14, yeah. 14 Christmas save.
Okay, the ones with the red dots have Bane affecting them.
Nice. And I am going to end my turn.
Bolivar.
Okay, I will step back. That's as far as I can go, I guess. And I will try and chill touch the one that's injured. This one's baned here? Or the snake is baned or no?
Yes, yes it
with
is.
the red dot, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with this one that's injured and not baned. The one south of that.
Okay.
That show. There we go.
Oh, nice
Oh,
crit.
there we go. Crit. All right. Wow. Holy cannoli. 20.
Okay.
Jeez. That's really
Alright,
good.
there's only a few snakes swarming around in that pile.
All right. Is that a swarm? So half swarm?
Mhm.
Nice. That's Titare will help Aurelia, so I'll move I'll add him to the thing. And that's my turn.
Okay. Okay, Lee.
He'll help Aurelia if she attacks this guy here.
Got it.
All right. All right. Put in the crossbow away. Rooting out the short sword. I'm going to booming blade. The bottom one.
Okay. Got it.
26 hits.
Nice hit.
7.
Okay. Oh yeah, that. No more snakes.
Yay! 2 healing.
Nice.
And then bonus action. Actually, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Going to, yeah, just bonus action hit this one above. 12.
Okay. For the snakes, unfortunately, 12 does miss.
All right, that'll be my turn.
Right? Back to the distended corpses. And their snake friends. Cool. Okay. So, Carlotta. Ooh, first one crits Carlotta for 5 bludgeoning. next one is only a 6 on Carlotta. Aurelia, 2 zombies coming at you. It is a 17 and a 5 to hit.
Bane still affects the one that got 17.
Yes, it does. So 15.
That still hits.
Okay, 4 bludgeoning. These snakes are going to swarm up Carlotta and try biting her. Does Carlotta take poison damage?
No, Carlotta's immune.
Fantastic. Awesome.
And I no longer have Bane. God damn it.
No, goodbye, Bane. Okay, so it still has more than half of its hit points. It is a 20 to hit Carlotta, 6 piercing, and no poison. Because Carlotta does not take poison damage. Alright. Oh, we missed one. Lee! Let's hold a nat 1 with the club. Obvious misses obvious. Brings us to Varanus.
Okay. Well. Shush. All right, I'll shoot the one. This one.
Got it. 11 hits. Pop. Squish.
Okay. Don't use anything that cuts them open. Which, you know, was my suspicion, but I don't have anything like that. So I'm going to cast Sanctuary again on Aurelia.
Okay. Sanctuary on Aurelia. All right, good, good.
And that's my turn.
All right. Aurelia, you are up.
Just in case, I'm also gonna cast Mirror Image on myself
Okay.
again, and then I am just gonna kind of see if they hit me. So I'm gonna end my turn.
Boulevard.
All right. Since people look like they're getting injured, I'm gonna move down. So 5. Oh, that's a zombie right there. Well, I guess I'm staying there, and I'm gonna chill touch again. I'll chill touch the snake that's injured here.
Got it. 21 hits.
21 hit for
13,
13
okay.
necrotic. And
Drops it
today
below
will
half.
move here and help Aurelia use the help action against the snakes, and that's my turn.
Awesome. Okay. Lee, you're up.
All right. You know what? There's a lot of things happening here, so I'm gonna green flame blade. This one right here. 20 to hit.
20's a good hit.
So it takes 1 fire, 5 slashing.
Right, and you were swinging at the snake or the zombie?
The snake.
Down it goes.
All right, D6. You know what? It's fine. I've been healing a lot. Secondary effect: the green flame blade. The flame bounces to the zombie right in front of me, and it does. Ignore the lightning slashing, but it does an additional. It does 10 fire damage to this guy.
Fire damage, you say?
Yes.
It erupts in flames, and you hear the popping and shrieking of snakes burning up inside of it. No snakes.
D6. I'm a healing machine. Who
Do
needs Sam?
that.
Who needs Sam if I could just heal myself?
Okay.
And then gonna run up here. Fuck it. Short sword, bonus action.
12 hits.
Don't pop.
No fire this time.
No fire, but it's lightning.
Pop.
No. I heal.
Squish.
Come on. Almost back to full health, though.
Get rid of some of these bodies. Okay. All right. Here we go. Aurelia, one of the zombies swings at you.
Sanctuary.
Wisdom save, yep. Wisdom save result is a 9.
Yes.
Okay. So does that mean it has to target something else, or does the attack miss if it doesn't target anything else?
I believe it's target something else if not miss.
Okay. Only thing nearby is a snake. Unfortunately, the 9 does miss. Must target a new creature or lose the attack or spell. Okay, so it'll just... it'll just lose the spell. Lose the attack. And the snakes are next, Aurelia. Their wisdom save result is a 15.
That beats it.
Okay. And Aurelia, the attack is a 20 to hit.
I'm gonna roll a d20. I'm gonna have it attack a mirror image.
Okay. Lee, snakes. That is a 21 to hit, Lee.
Yeah, that hits.
For 6 piercing and a con save.
Ooh, can I impose disadvantage? Oh wait, no, I can't.
Yeah, out of range.
Just looking at the wrong spot.
That is an
Wrong one,
intelligence
wrong
save. Hey, wow. Okay, so you take half of the poison, so only 8 poison.
Okay. How much piercing?
6.
Okay.
Okay. That's them. Uranus.
Um, okay, I am going to. What am I going to? Go. Well, I guess I'll just shoot at the stakes then. I'll shoot at the stakes in front of Aurelia.
That is a miss. As is that. Wow, lots of low rolls today, Uranus.
When did this get so hard? I will have Carlotta move here and attack the zombie.
Alright, alright. That's a hit.
Well, Carlotta's doing better than me.
Pop.
Oh, even if it's force damage?
Yep.
Poop.
A lot of snakes.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Right, Aurelia.
I'm going to disengage, and then I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Veronis, and that's gonna be my turn.
Okay, Bolivar.
All right. I'm gonna try and draw some attention from Tekuleu, and I'm gonna first shoot at these snakes here
Okay.
with a chill touch, and then I'll engage in melee. So, first chill touch,
16 hits,
16
8
to hit,
necrotic.
in necrotic, and then I'm gonna move in and try and just draw their attention.
Okay.
That's
Lee.
my turn.
All right. I guess I'll just start a swiping here. Yeah. I'll take this one right here. Green Flame Blade.
22 is a good hit. 16 points. Good stuff. Down below half.
And then it's gonna bounce to this guy. So this guy takes 9 fire damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action short sword attack. Natural one.
Not do it.
That is my turn.
Bloated corpses and snakes. Uranus, this one closes on you, swings a club. It's only a 7 to hit.
This?
Alright. Aurelia, one of the swarms does chase you.
Ugh.
That is... Oh! It's a crit.
Like,
Mirror
Shreddy's
image,
still
bro.
alive.
Oh, yeah, I just made the roll. Wait, did I just make the roll? Hold on, wait. Did I do it? Hold on, did I do it? One moment, please.
Sanctuary would still be up.
Yes, it is. Okay, let's go.
Alright, let's check the wisdom save real quick. Snake got a 17 on his wisdom save. So, mirror image.
It's the duplicate.
Okay. Fantastic. Let's see how much that would have been, just for shits and giggles here. Been 33 points of poison and 18 piercing. That would have been.
Poison be affected by the crit because it's a secondary effect?
It is.
Yeah, it's like Hex.
Right. And now we have Lee. Below half HP. It is only a 14 to hit. Boulevard, this one's above half HP. That is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Con save. 6 piercing and a con save.
Okay. Not too worried.
Okay, you succeed. 9 poison.
And I'm resistant, so I take 4.
Nice. Brings us to Veronis.
Okay. Well, now there's this guy. Okay. I am going to pull out the one-handed battle axe with one hand, and I'm gonna swing at the zombie because I got nothing else.
Okay. Ah, what is happening? Wow.
Well, might as well swing again.
That hits. 10 does hit. And pop. And snakes.
I was only 13 slashing because I keep forgetting to remove the.
Those zombies only have 4 hit points.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, in retrospect, I was better off with the zombie.
Alright. Aurelia. Oh, no, Carlotta.
Oh, yeah, I'll have Carlotta smash the snakes
Okay.
right above her.
Good hit. Okay.
That's it. That's what I got.
Alright, Aurelia.
You know what? I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna stab the snakes in front of me.
Ah, lots of low rolls today.
Damn.
Indeed.
I guess I'm taking my chance. I am gonna end my turn.
Boulevard.
All right. I will be taking an attack against the snake here that's injured at disadvantage.
Okay. 14's a
14
hit. And 8 will take it
necrotic.
down.
Good. I will step into its space.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Lee.
Oh, Titire will help me. Sorry, he'll
Okay.
move in and assist me for the next one.
Got it.
I'll go this way. And I'm going to booming play this one.
Awesome.
24 to hit.
That's a good hit.
14.
14.
And then bonus action, short attack. 23. An additional 12. 3 of which is lightning, which probably doesn't matter here. And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Oh, actually, just in case, I'm gonna imbue that with a brand. So basically, where is this? Every time this creature deals damage to me or just basically to me or Veronix in this situation, it takes a d6.
Okay.
It's like,
All right. All right. No more zombies, so just Snicks. Okay. Boulevard. Over half HP snake. Ah. Carlotta imposes disadvantage, making it a 16. Is that right, Veronix?
16 hits. It's 16 hits, but I will use my reaction, Instinctive Charm.
Okay.
So it has to make a saving throw DC 15.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Result is a 6.
So it must target someone else or it loses its attack.
Targets Carlotta.
Sorry, Carlotta.
16 to hit Carlotta.
That is?
Luckily, Carlotta doesn't take any of the poison damage, so it's only 6 piercing. Okay. Lee and Veronis. Goes after Veronis. Less than half HP snake bite. It is only an 11 to hit Veronis.
I misses.
Okay, Aurelia, over half HP snakes. 25 to hit.
God, it hits the final mirror image.
Nice,
Oh my
okay,
God.
great. These snakes are after you.
Yeah.
All right. That is all of them. Veronis.
I will swing it with the axe.
$16 hits. No more snakes.
Okay. Then I'll run up over here to Aurelia and take some more slashes.
Okay. Good hit, good hit.
Use my third sessional inspiration.
All right, so what is that, 14 or just 7? Just 7.
Just 7.
Right,
And-
Carlotta.
Yeah, Carlotta will smash snakes.
Awesome. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta let my dogs in. 60 seconds. Be right back.
But get rid of the snake tokens.
Come on, doggos.
Crummy Village. Who would ever live here?
I know, right? I mean, I guess to be fair, who would want to live in any of the domains?
Aren't you glad you took care of that swamp hag before going through all this shit?
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we got the hag done first. I mean,
Okay, I'm back. Aurelia, you're up.
alrighty. I am going to cast Dissident Whispers on this thing to try to make it back off of me.
Okay. 14 wisdom save. How wise is a snake? It gets a nat 1.
Alright. takes 6 psychic damage and has to move 30 feet away from me.
Lee and Veranas would both get opportunity attacks. As would you, Aurelia, if you still have your reaction.
I believe I do.
Good hit. Good hit. Good hit. Down they go.
Alrighty, and I'm going to end my turn there.
Bolivar.
Okay, last remaining snake. Rolling a straight roll since I'm getting help from Titere. Chill touch. Let's go.
Oof.
Oh, God. 9. 9
Nine is no
misses,
good.
I assume.
Yep.
Okay. I will have Titere help me next round, and that will be my turn.
All right. Okay. Right, Lee, you're up.
Believe it. 25.
Okay, good hit.
That's 15 hit?
14? 14 does hit. Oh, 13. Are you at disadvantage?
No.
Okay, yeah,
25
those-
to hit and then 15 to hit.
Yep, both hit.
Okay.
So
that's-
18. Okay.
So 8 plus 39.
All right, it's how much?
39.
Yeah, it's dead.
Wow.
All right, everyone. Good
Ooh.
stuff. Good stuff.
Those are cool, Sean. Did you come up with zombies that are so infested with parasite or things that feed on the dead that they just explode into snakes and
Nope,
stuff?
can't take credit for that one. That is module included. They are in this.
Really?
They are in Curse of Strahd. Yep.
That is super cool. I
Yeah,
like
they're pretty
that.
cool.
Man, there's some really interesting creatures in this game.
Yeah, they are. There most definitely are some cool original creatures in Curse of Strahd. Yeah, the Strahd zombie is one of my personal favorites. Y'all haven't come across them yet, but don't worry, you will.
Strazzies.
Strazzies.
Strombies.
Strombies. All right, everyone. So, as the last swarm of snakes fall, the ghost of the Burgomeister represents himself to you all, and he continues his little tale as if nothing had happened. He tells you all that after Strahd had cursed this place and the people began to see the terrible fate that awaited them, they began to gather their most valuable possessions and leave them here at the base of this statue as an offering to Strahd. Their offerings went ignored, and after hundreds of years, he sees no need for them to remain beneath the soil. So, y'all ready for some stuff?
I like
Yeah.
stuff.
So he lied to us, that bastard.
Well, you're not at his home anymore, are you?
Fair. We'll let it slide this one time.
Okay. We are going to do something a little interesting here. So roll. Who wants to roll a D100 to start things off here? I feel like it's been a while since. No. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ronus.
Do it.
Do it.
47, you say?
Didn't you get 47 last time too?
It's possible.
Find a bag of beans. They could be magical.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Rolling 47.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So, buried here, there is a small coffer filled with coins and gems and other such things. So let's go ahead and get somebody to roll 2d6. Let's go down the line. Let's start off with Aurelia. Roll 2d6. Okay. So somebody wants to probably write this down because there is coinage here. We will. So it's 90 copper in there.
Okay.
Veronis, roll 2d6. There is 7,000. Sorry, 7,000 silver. So we'll just drop the zero off of that, and it is 700 gold.
700 gold, you said?
Yep. Jeez, y'all
Aurelia,
rolled a
you're
good one.
tracking this?
I'm typing it down.
Okay.
Jeez, that's it. I had to reread that a couple times, but there are 3 zeros after that one. Okay. Let's see. Next up is Bolivar. Roll 66, please. Okay.
29,000 gold.
Drop a 0 on the end of that. That's how much gold.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay,
Good
so
money,
that's like a good 1,000 gold right there. So that's fucking huge. Okay.
That is
So
game changer.
fantastic. Okay. Now we are going to roll on some item tables.
I just wrote down the coinage in the chat.
Okay, so let's round that all to gold if we can.
So
I think that's the end there is I think what she put 990.
990 gold and 9 silver.
let me pull up the player's handbook and I can see if I can convert it all.
Oh, you just dropped the 0 off, and so that'd be 9 silver. We'll just call that 1 gold. So go ahead and knock the copper off and just call it 1 gold.
Okay.
So then 990 plus
991.
700. So 1,691 gold you all just found in there.
No, wasn't 990 already added?
Including that
Yeah,
was
it
already
was 700 plus 290 gold
Oh, perfect.
Right.
Okay.
from both of the
So
rolls.
990. So 991 gold.
Yep.
So okay, so 991. Well, we like 990 divided by 4.
990 divided by 4. That's 400 for me.
About 247 gold per person. I think 980 is the closest for denominator. Yeah, it is. So we would have 245 gold per person, then like 10 remaining for an extra stash.
Oh, look, that's enough for a gilded acorn.
Anyway. Rip Sam.
I'm 41 short from buying a gem to finally cast my 3rd level summon spell.
Okay, Lee, you haven't rolled yet. Roll a d100.
Okay.
Oh no. Gem with 300, not 400. Good, I have enough. Yes.
Rip.
Okay. So
Low
re-roll, Lee.
percentile.
We're re-rolling anything less than 15. 59, okay. Okay. Let me see what spell is written on that spell scroll.
Power
Banish.
Banish.
Banishment. Alright. It is a 2nd level spell. That is very helpful.
Oh.
It is a find traps scroll of find traps.
He loses his spell scroll. You know what?
Okay.
Doesn't find traps only tell you that there are traps, not where they are?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
worst in the game. Other than True Strike.
most powerful second level spell. Find
Well,
trap.
I'm just saying, it's not. There may be a castle later that is just absolutely fucking loaded with traps, and knowing if a room is trapped may or may not be extremely helpful.
Find traps. It just says the whole building is trapped.
Exactly.
Cast find traps in Castle Strahd. The scroll starts sweating and then tears itself apart.
Wait, find traps can only be used. You know what the funny part is? It can only be used by clerics, druids, and rangers.
Oh no. Are there no clerics, druids, or rangers in the party?
There's no
No.
clerics, druids, or rangers.
Oh my god.
Okay, we'll
That's
regenerate. We'll
great.
regenerate the scroll. It's shatter.
Oh, that's
I can
actually pretty
cast
good.
that if needed.
Okay, let's get another one. Lee, why don't you go ahead and roll another D100?
I'm bad at these.
51.
51.
Strahd.
Okay.
You know, it's really good we went from one of the worst spells in the game to at least a solid spell.
True.
A spell.
A spell.
Okay. Interesting. That is actually very fitting as well. Interesting. I don't think I've seen this item before. There is a staff with a snake carved into its top.
Oh no, I don't even think we could use that either. I'm not kidding.
Sam is dead.
Cleric, druid, warlock?
No!
I mean, Profane Soul is kind of like a warlock.
There's no warlock.
Wait, I thought Aurelia was a warlock now.
No, I'm a bard and a sorcerer.
Oh, sorcerer. That was it.
Oh no.
I mean, I have pack slots. I mean, does that count?
Well, what's no? Because that's not your class.
Yeah.
No.
That's hilarious.
Like, there's no
looks,
way.
looks like we selling things.
Okay.
There's
Maybe
no
we-
shot you're gonna reflavor that.
Okay,
stat. Like,
this isn't anything major, so we'll say that any one of you can use this. It's nothing too crazy.
It's such a good staff too. I hate that none of us are clerics, druids, or
Ooh.
warlocks.
Does it make you really good at math?
Oh God.
Math.
Wait, what?
Where is it? Where is it?
I love Staff of the Adder. It's so good.
Can I
It is
boom
really
blade
cool.
with it?
So any one of you can use this. We will ignore the cleric, druid, warlock restriction on the staff. Or you can sell it. Up to you.
I can use it.
Now, we continue.
Technically, booming blade would work with this.
All right, going back up the list. Bolivar, roll a D100, please.
99.
99. Bolivar, you find a wand of magic detection.
Oh,
Ooh, okay, that's pretty cool. You guys mind if I take that?
go for it.
Can my wand of magic detection look like the staff of the adder?
And can you also set it so that it just doesn't detect us? It's like, do you detect magic? Yes.
Okay, Veronis, you're up next. Roll D100.
I want staff of the subtractor.
22. With a 22. Another sleeper.
It's a Glock 45.
Artificer uses gun.
2 rounds of ammunition.
Whoa! This
Amulet
thing.
of proof against detection and location.
Oh.
Oh, it's an anti-scrying thing.
And Aurelia, last one.
We can kind of put this
29.
on this guy. Pietro.
Okay. There is a potion of invisibility.
That's cool.
Yeah, I will gladly have it.
And you all made a smart by coming here first, because as the ghost told you all, the denizens of this place gathered all of their valuables and left them here. So I'm not saying that going to the other places would have yielded empty holes and nothing to find, but I'm also not saying that.
So we were smart. Alright, cool.
It was just a good choice to come here first is all.
So is the ghost still around?
Yeah, he'd be kind of floating around. Now that you're not in his home, he's not too bothered by you anymore.
What do you say? Is anyone else sick of this place already?
I need a nap.
Yes, a nap, and perhaps a place where I can buy a gem.
I can make the huts. I mean, what time of day is it? It's like approaching night, or?
It would be, yeah, by this point it would be getting close to nightfall.
How much money did we each get?
245 gold, essentially.
Damn. I'm gonna go just dead Sam.
All I wanted was a golden acorn.
God, that's so sad.
I hope we meet Sam's ghost at some point.
You give him a golden acorn.
Yeah. Let's go back to Argynvosthold and kill everything in there just so we can put a golden acorn on Sam's grave.
And watch Boulevard resurrect Sam.
He's back!
His trunk's like falling off.
Oh, no.
Where's your perception now?
Where's
Oh,
your power
no.
now, boy?
Oh. Alright, everybody, so what'll it be?
So I guess it's getting late at this point.
It is.
Yeah, I would imagine we could maybe leave Perez, drop the gem off with,
Muriel.
Muriel, and then probably set up Tiny Hut for the night.
Okay. Is that what y'all want to do?
Sounds like a plan.
Fantastic. Muriel is still over by the monoliths, so when you head back over there, she graciously accepts the gem from you all and says that there may still be some hope for this place if they can get this over to the winery and into the ground. So she takes that and quickly departs, heading north back towards Valakai and the Blue Water Inn.
Oh, I'd like to catch Muriel before she goes.
Yeah.
And you should have this so we can stay in touch with the Martikovs. And I'll give her one of the sending stones that I've been carrying around for a while now.
Fantastic. Awesome. All right, yeah. She says that she'll give it to Davian.
And this is a sending stone that I created using my artificer abilities.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so she'll give that to Davian. The journey back should only take her a day, so you should be able to be in contact with Davian by this time tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Yeah, less than a day. Only about half a day. Alright, everyone. So, as you all pile into the Leoman's tiny hut and begin your rest, Vulcan level up.
Boy, we're almost there, folks.
Level 8.
I get level 4 spells finally!
So you didn't say it explicitly, but was there any chance that we found any platinum among all of this
Do you need platinum?
Luscious
Because
metal?
yes, there would have been platinum. I just added it into the gold.
Yeah. Because I'd like to use it to forge... I needed some rings.
Ooh.
I don't have a jewel? Let me check here.
Oh, I have
20
options. What do I do? What do I choose?
20 AC.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
Or do I go for a feat? I might go for a feat.
So, and I don't need them to be fancy, but could I use my smith's tools as opposed to jeweler's tools to just create 2 sort of crude platinum rings of 50 GP each?
Yes, you can. Just remove the gold price from there, and you're good to go.
Seeing as it doesn't look like we'll get to a store anytime in the near future. But
Oh, I like that spell. I'm gonna choose that spell.
Wait, the staff of the adder breaks?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, that's how it gets destroyed more often, is you literally send it out as a snake, then the person just, wails on the snake and it could break to death. And it becomes unusable, essentially.
Right, but I have 1 turn of like crazy damage. If Huh. Interesting.
I should change that to that. Next. Apply.
So who gets interesting stuff at level 8?
I get Phantasmal Killer, finally!
Nice. Phantasmal Killer's an interesting one. Like, it seems really good on paper, but I have yet to actually make it work in practice.
Yeah.
Because it takes 2 saves to have any effect, right? 2 failed saves for an effect.
The target must make a wisdom saving throw. It becomes frightened at the end of each of its turns. It takes another wisdom saving throw. Take 4d10 psychic damage.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different spell.
Which I think it's good that it gets frightened.
Oh,
like,
right, because then it has to repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn to take damage, right?
Yeah,
So save against
so-
frightened, so it's 2 saves for damage, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, this choice might be kind of boring, but I think I'm just gonna go fighter, initiate, archery.
Right.
Because I'm tired of missing sharpshooter shots. Dice were not with me.
One, two. Do.
Alright, y'all just let me know when you're all done with your level up and we'll move on.
So 4. I am done with mine. I'm just getting rest stuff done.
Okay.
I'm almost done.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. I can also add another spell, apparently. Nope, that's a lie.
The cake was a lie.
I need a spell that fixes this suddenly realized glaring issue of not being able to hit multiple things at once.
What you need is advantage.
Well, that's true too.
What you need is a spell.
I could multi-class. cannot. I am not smart or strong enough to learn quests apparently.
Oof.
Everything needs a prerequisite of 13.
13, yeah.
What? Why do I need a prerequisite of 13 intelligence for barbarian?
What? No, that's not right. That can't be right.
Is it wisdom or intelligence?
Barbarian
You also
strength
need.
is the requisite.
You also need the
requisite of
stat
strength.
too. You
Yeah.
also need the. You also need the prerequisite of your current class to multi-class out of it.
Oh, sad.
Oh, I did not know that.
So basically, oh wow. So I don't meet the prerequisite for Blood Hunter, so I can't get out of it. That's interesting.
That is weird.
Well, I am now mobile.
You know, I hadn't considered, but now that I have an axe, I might change my cantrip.
I don't think my feet gave me my bonus hit points. I may have to manually adjust that. That's bizarre.
I mean, bizarre things happen in Barovia, man.
That is an accurate
Right?
statement.
Let me think. Where were my hit points?
I am in fact ready.
All right.
Oh, I guess that's right. Why did I have 44? Oh, did someone cast 8 before?
No.
How did I have 44 hit points before?
Oh, I can replace warlock spells. Okay. Screw Arms of Hadar. That does not work. What in the world is Flock of Familiars?
Flock of Familiars?
I love Flock
What is
of
that?
Familiars. It is a dumb spell, don't take it. But it's so funny.
What's it from?
It's from Lost Laboratory of Kuala
Yeah.
Kalish. It's a warlock spell.
Is it D&D Beyond? Because I'm not seeing it in my compendium.
It's on D&D Beyond, yeah.
Ready.
Yeah, let's avoid anything that's not any spells, particularly that are D&D Beyond specific. Or is it from a module? Is that where it's from?
It's from Lost Laboratories of Quailish.
What is that? Like, where that
It
is that
is
published anywhere?
D&D Beyond one.
Yeah, it's a published adventure. It's really not. It's essentially like a.
Is it a yawning portal?
No, I think it was some sort of like offset thing for.
Yeah, it was a promotional adventure that
Yeah.
like you can only get digitally.
Okay, yeah, let's leave that off the list.
Let's not do that.
Kind of like one grung above and
Yeah, it was like a charity thing.
Okay.
Lokatha expansion or whatever. Yeah, all those were digital only.
Okay. All right, everybody, we all good to go?
I'm good.
Anybody need any more time?
I just have one
what-
question about Shadowblade. Does that like would Shadowblade count for Booming Blade?
Let's ask Stack Exchange.
I remember this because the really strict technical answer was no, but Jeremy Crawford said he doesn't mind. So most people say yes.
Okay. Yeah. Crawford says yes. We'll go yes. I see it here. This change has nothing to do with prohibiting or allowing Shadowblade to combine with Booming Blade. It's about fixing those two cantrips. DM might allow them to combo since I make liberal use of rule improvised weapons. Okay, yep. Sounds fine.
Nice. Oh, Lee is gonna be popping off.
Because
Yeah,
they
you
added the
will.
gold requirement so people would stop picking up rocks and trying to cast Booming Blade with them.
Nothing wrong with picking up a rock and then throwing it at somebody and then, you know.
Boom.
It works with Divine Smite, though.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's nuts. Okay, so it is now the following morning. The fourth day, I believe, since departing from Valakai. We've all been busy. Alright, so setting to the road once more. There is a winding path that leads south from here and towards the mountain. If you all remember from your map, there is a bridge that must be crossed in order to reach Mount Gaucus proper. Luckily, there are a series of switchbacks and snowy mountain paths that lead up towards that, but you do start realizing that, in fact, it is getting snowy. It is getting colder and colder. It has not quite reached extreme cold, but you do understand that traveling much higher up these mountains will start to get rather frigid rather quickly.
I believe Mordenkainen gave us warm, or at least 3 of us warm weather clothing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did. You did
Yeah.
mention to him that you were planning on scaling this mountain, so donning that warm weather clothes would probably be a good idea.
Broadus is still barefoot, but
I mean, hey, that's on you, bud.
well, you know, they don't really make shoes for giant lizard claws.
Right. So
I don't know why. I feel like there would be like booties for like lizards. And stuff.
lizard
It's
booties.
like- yeah, I don't know why.
Booties. Broadus wouldn't know because he wasn't raised with lizards.
With the Verana's voice, like boot.
Booties.
Oh god. All right.
Lee, do your people get cold? Do you suffer in the colder elements like everyone else?
We turn the heat on.
Wait, do you guys just turn heat on?
Yes. I mean, it's cold outside the ship, but inside it's kind of toasty.
So you do suffer from the cold. That
Oh, yes, I do.
right?
What? Do I?
You
no,
seem
but-
unsure. I mean,
I've never been uncomfortable in weather before.
what a luxury.
I'll just like wrap the scarf I have to like a little bit, just a little bit more to cover as much as I can.
Okay. So, the shelf of rock on which this mountain road that you all are traveling on clings gets you guys up to here, traveling for the better part of a day. After this, on this following day after Berez. On one side of you, icy cliffs rise sharply towards dark, rolling clouds, and to your right, the other side of you, the ground falls away into a sea of fog, no telling just how far up above the ground you all have traveled. But ahead, through the wind and the snow, shapes begin to take form. You see a high wall of black stone, lined with spikes, topped by statues of demonic vultures with horned heads and 4 arms. Set in the center of the wall is a closed iron portcullis, behind which burns a curtain of green flame. On the other side of the dark wall, gripping the mountain's edge, is a guard tower with white stone topped by golden statues of mighty warriors.
Well,
I think this is the place.
Yeah, I guess you know the thing in whatever language, right?
Yes. Assuming we're ready. This may let us pass through the gate, but I doubt that will disable any defenses or defenders inside.
Yeah, I don't quite know what could be in there.
I will step up to the gate and say safe passage in Draconic.
Okay. The flame turns into a cool blue color as you watch.
Nice. I tried to push on the gate.
It begins to rise. Clinking and clacking as it goes.
By itself, or do I have to lift it up?
Nope, it does it by itself once you've touched it and spoken the words. The flame behind it has shifted from green to blue.
Right, well. Shall we press on?
It seems they're inviting us in. Let's go on.
I don't know if I'm ready to see what's in there, but we may as well go.
So, as you all gather yourselves, prepare to go through the gate, begin to hear little rocks falling up above. And as you look up, a 9-foot tall goat stands atop a crag above you all. Its gray fur blending perfectly with the rocks of the mountainside. It lowers its head, and malice glimmers in its black goat eyes as it charges down the mountainside at the four of you.
Oh, bloody hell.
What the hell?
Goat.
Let's see. Aurelia, you're 1, Veronis, you're 2, Bolivar, you're 3, and Lee, you are 4. Aurelia. The massive mountain goat comes charging down the mountain towards you, letting out a challenging bah! as it charges directly at you.
Roll initiative.
Aurelia, it's a 29 to hit. I'm sorry, 23 to hit for 9 bludgeoning.
My god, wait, how much bludgeoning again?
9.
Hits me.
You are knocked from the ledge, Aurelia.
I immediately reach over and cast Featherfall on her.
Fantastic, okay. Featherfall is a reaction, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. You are surprised. No one had a passive over 16, so Sanzor, the Mega Goat, does surprise you all. Let's see what that
Wait.
Mega goat.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
That's just what I call him. His name is Sanzor. Sanzor, the giant goat.
I mean, I will concede to being surprised, yes.
Okay. Okay. So, Veronis, she does begin to fall. Now, I will give you an opportunity to cast Featherfall before she falls the 100 feet to the crag below.
Excuse me?
If.
I'll dive after her if necessary.
Okay. So we will call it a we'll say a wisdom. We can call it perception or sleight of hand. No, perception will be best because we're trying to break through this surprise. If you are willing to dive after her, I will give you advantage on the roll. We will call it a DC 14 perception check for you to be able to understand what's happening in time to cast Featherfall, even though you are surprised. If you jump over after her, you risk falling the 100 feet as well. But if you succeed, you can catch both of you.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and just go over this again. A mountain goat has come charging down the mountain, made a beeline straight for Aurelia, struck her solidly, knocked her over the edge. Veronis, all of you are surprised, but Veronis, you can do a DC 14 wisdom perception check, and if you succeed, you manage to catch Featherfall. If you want to dive over, in addition to this, you will get advantage on the roll, but you fall as well.
Okay, I can cast Featherfall on both of us, though.
Yep.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay, over you go. Perception check, DC 14 at advantage. Good luck.
I swear.
You can do it.
Oh no!
Yeah, Flash. You're level 8 now.
Oh, yes, I do. I do have Flash of Genius. I can add my exactly 3 intelligence modifier.
Wow.
Woo!
Thank you for reminding me how to play
Holy
Artificer.
cannoli.
Oh my god.
Okay,
that was
so
clutch.
Veronis and Aurelia, you see Aurelia get knocked off. She goes flying. Veronis split second turns and leaps over the ledge after her. Bolivar and Lee are now stuck up here with this goat, while Veronis and Aurelia slowly fall. Lee and Bolivar, you have no fucking clue what's happened to Veronis and Aurelia just yet, but you've got this goat to deal with. What do the two of you do?
Try to communicate with it telepathically. Is it willing?
Okay, I mean, if you want to try that, I mean, I guess if we're not going to try and kill it, I'll try to hypnotize it with my hypnotic gaze.
Okay. You get your tokens out here real quick. We're not really doing a full-blown initiative right now because it's just a goat, but...
My god. I mean, technically could kill the goat and then we have food, but...
Now, I will call myself out in the sense that Flash of Genius and Featherfall require reactions, so if I presumably can at least get 2 reactions before we plummet all the way down?
That is a good point of order for us to take a look at here. It is 100 feet down. I don't think it takes 6 seconds to fall that far. All right. I want to give you a chance to do this, and your Flash of Genius is another thing that I want to give you a chance to do. So let's see.
I mean, Featherfall is just a reaction to... I don't think there's anything about the surprise condition that prevents you from taking reactions.
No, but wait, here's the thing. Isn't it Flash and Featherfall both reactions?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem we're running into here.
Yeah. Oh. Ho, ho, ho.
So I guess
You
like, if
know
we
what?
make it like halfway, because it's like...
Hold on. It doesn't matter. It
What do you
doesn't matter because after Sam died, Veronis made the Galaxy Brain decision to switch Featherfall for Cure Wounds.
There's no Featherfall.
Oh.
Damn, okay.
No way.
Oh boy.
Never.
I'm-
Alright, so
I'm
that's
glad
fine,
I-
never mind.
glad I identify, though.
Aww.
Veronis and
I
Aurelia
still-
both fall 100 feet and crash onto a ledge 100 feet below, taking 34 bludgeoning damage each.
I'm still alive!
But we're practically gods, alright? We're practically gods.
We're practically gods.
Veronis did still dive over the cliff thinking he knew Featherfall.
Veronis leaps over, he reaches out his arms and starts muttering incantations and nothing fucking happens.
Well, that's what the... Oh no, I didn't prepare it.
Okay, so who's communicating telepathically with Sangzor here?
If it's willing, it's basically a phone call, essentially how my telepathy works.
Okay.
And it
Sangzor
doesn't-
is considerably... Oh, no, that didn't happen. Sangzor is considerably smarter than the average mountain goat. So, Sam, you do get a response back, but it says, fuck you, my mountain.
Well, that's very rude to Sam, but what about Lee?
Sorry, Lee, that is what he says to you.
Well, we're killing you.
All right.
Huh.
So Sangzor, let's go ahead and roll a quick initiative between Sam, Lee, and Sangzor, just to see if he gets to try and knock another one of you off the ledge here.
Wait, Sam's here still?
God damn it! I will get this.
me too.
Lee, let's go ahead and roll initiative between Lee, Bolivar, and Sangzor.
Fuck, man, Sam!
Oh man.
Hashtag no Sam. Okay. All right. So Lee, you do get to act first before
Okay.
Sangzor.
I'm gonna. Yeah, booming blade. Nothing special because I didn't cut myself yet.
22
Like
hits. That is more than enough to kill a mountain goat. Even a beefy boy like Sangzor here. All right. That's all we needed. Just need to make sure Sangzor didn't get a chance to knock one of you off the ledge again.
It's booming blade, so I like to imagine it was just a shower of goat viscera.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Well, Sangzor's coat is quite fine, as you can all see. It is quite possibly, especially for a hunter such as you, Lee, quite possibly the finest goat hide you've ever seen. And with that, you all hear Aurelia and Veronis. What would you all say from 100 feet down there? Would you call up to them? What would you do to let them know you're alive?
We're still alive.
So as you
Okay,
all hear
Boulevard.
that drifting
Yeah,
up
hold on.
on the wind, we will go ahead and call it a session there. And next week when we come back, you all can pass through Solenka Pass, hopefully safely, and begin your journey, the final leg of the journey to the Amber Temple.